There comes a time in life when the body, once full of endless energy and resilience, begins to ask for more care, more thought, and more kindness. I've spent over 4 decades walking alongside people in every stage of life, and I can tell you this: nothing becomes more important in the later years than keeping your gut healthy and your body free of unnecessary burdens. And yes, sometimes that even means rethinking the very foods we've always believed were healthy. Today, I want to gently share something that might surprise you. There are 5 common vegetables, often praised for their nutrients, that seniors would be better off avoiding. Not because they are evil or dangerous in themselves, but because your aging digestive system no longer handles them as it once did. This is not about fear, it is about wisdom, and about choosing to live with ease and comfort for as many years as possible. Let me begin with the first: corn. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's sweet, it's filling, and it reminds you of warm family meals and summer cookouts. But corn is notoriously difficult to digest. Even in younger bodies, it often passes through the system without being fully broken down. That's because corn contains cellulose, a complex carbohydrate that the human digestive system lacks the enzymes to fully break down. As you age, your digestive efficiency naturally slows. This means that corn can sit longer in your gut, causing bloating, gas, and discomfort. A 2013 study published in the World Journal of Gastrointestinal Pharmacology and Therapeutics noted that seniors experience slower gastrointestinal transit times, and high cellulose foods like corn can exacerbate this sluggishness, especially when the diet lacks enough water and digestive enzymes. I've seen patients who gave up corn and noticed almost immediate relief in their digestion, their energy levels, and even their sleep. It's not a bad food, it's just not the best food for this stage in life. The second vegetable I must mention is raw, cruciferous vegetables, particularly raw broccoli and cauliflower. Don't misunderstand me here. These vegetables are packed with nutrients and can be powerful allies for younger folks or those with very strong digestive systems. But when eaten raw, they are also high in raffinose. This is a sugar that ferments in the gut, leading to gas, bloating, and stomach discomfort. As we age, our body produces less stomach acid and fewer digestive enzymes. That's natural, but it means that the raw fibers and sugars in cruciferous vegetables can ferment more easily, causing not just discomfort, but also inflammation in the gut. The Journal of Nutrition and Aging published a paper in 2016 confirming that while fiber is essential, too much insoluble fiber in seniors with sensitive digestion can lead to nutrient malabsorption and chronic irritation. Many of my patients who switched from raw broccoli salads to lightly steamed greens saw a clear reduction in stomach troubles and a brighter, more energetic day-to-day feeling. Third on this list is eggplant. Eggplant is part of the nightshade family, along with tomatoes, peppers, and potatoes. Now again, I am not condemning this vegetable outright, but for seniors, especially those suffering from arthritis or joint stiffness, eggplant can stir up problems. It contains solanine, a naturally occurring chemical that in some people can trigger inflammation, joint pain, and digestive discomfort. Research published in Inflammapharmacology in 2014 revealed that solanine sensitivity might be underestimated, particularly in older adults with pre-existing inflammatory conditions. I've had elderly patients tell me that after cutting eggplant from their meals for 2 weeks, their knees felt lighter and their hands less stiff. There is no universal truth for everyone, but there are patterns worth respecting. If you find yourself experiencing flares in arthritis or unexplainable bloating, this may be one quiet culprit. The fourth vegetable that seniors may need to avoid is onions, especially when raw. Onions are deeply rooted in many traditional dishes, from humble home cooking to lavish celebrations, and they do have valuable nutrients and antioxidants. But onions, particularly raw ones, contain fructans. These are a type of fermentable carbohydrate that can wreak havoc in sensitive guts. A 2018 study in the American Journal of Gastroenterology found that onions were among the top food triggers for older adults suffering from irritable bowel symptoms. Fructans can cause rapid fermentation in the colon, leading to gas, cramps, and irregular bowel habits. For someone in their 70s or 80s, this can affect appetite, sleep, and even emotional well-being. Cooked onions may be gentler for some, but for others, Removing onions altogether brings a surprising calmness to the digestive tract that they hadn't felt in years. And now we come to the fifth vegetable, bell peppers. They are bright, they are crisp, and they make any plate more colorful. But the skins of bell peppers are tough and waxy, and many older digestive systems struggle to break them down. Bell peppers also belong to the nightshade family like eggplant, which, as I've mentioned, may trigger inflammation in sensitive individuals. Furthermore, the seeds and inner white ribs of the pepper can irritate the stomach lining and cause acid reflux. A study from Digestive Diseases and Sciences in 2011 found that nightshades, including peppers, were among the most commonly reported triggers for seniors experiencing chronic digestive upset and gastric reflux. I remember one dear patient, a woman in her late 70s, who told me that giving up her beloved pepper-stuffed parathas felt like saying goodbye to a part of her youth. But within weeks of removing bell peppers, her acid reflux was significantly reduced, and she was sleeping better and waking up with renewed energy. So you see, none of these vegetables are inherently evil. They are not poisons. They are simply mismatched for a body that is asking for more gentleness and less resistance. As a younger man, I too thought of health in terms of what is good or bad. But with time, I've come to understand that health is a conversation. Your body speaks, and you must learn how to listen. For seniors, digestion is not just about what goes in, it's about what the body can actually use and what it has the strength to process without harm. There is no shame in letting go of certain foods that no longer serve you. In fact, it is one of the wisest things you can do. And I want to be very clear. I am not asking you to starve yourself of flavor or nourishment. Quite the opposite. When you remove these 5 vegetables, you make more room for gentler, easily digestible foods. Soft cooked carrots, squash, green beans, sweet potatoes, spinach. These are not just bland substitutes. They are gifts. They bring warmth and strength without overwhelming your gut. They ask less and give more. And in the quiet simplicity of a meal that is kind to your stomach, you may find something even deeper. A peace within your body that allows you to move freely, to breathe more easily, to rest more deeply. Aging is not about giving up joy. It's about choosing your joy with more intention. About knowing that a little discomfort you once ignored might now ripple through your whole day. About understanding that your body's not betraying you. It's inviting you to be more careful, more attuned, and more loving. And love, my dear listener, is the root of everything. When you love your body, even in its slower moments, even in its aches and changes, you stop fighting with food. You start collaborating with it. You learn which vegetables give you strength and which ones take too much from you. You begin to build your meals not from memory or habit, but from wisdom and respect. So if you are over 60 or over 70, or simply someone beginning to feel the subtle shifts of time in your digestion, I urge you to try this. Gently remove corn, raw cruciferous vegetables, eggplant, onions, and bell peppers for just 2 weeks. Pay close attention to how your body responds. The lightness in your belly, the calmness after meals, the clarity of your mornings. It might surprise you. It might even feel like rediscovering a part of yourself that you thought was gone. That is the power of mindful eating. That is the quiet miracle of aging with grace. The world will keep telling you to eat this and avoid that, but no one lives in your body but you. So above all, trust your experience and know that even small changes, like removing 5 familiar vegetables, can add years of ease and joy to your life. That is not just science. That is life's gentle truth. What are the best vegetables for seniors over 60? There comes a time in life when the body begins to whisper more than it shouts. In youth, we often eat with little thought. We chase flavor and convenience. We bounce back from indigestion or fatigue as if nothing ever happened. But once we cross 60, something changes. The body starts speaking with more honesty. A small ache here, a sluggish morning there. And one of the places where this quiet change begins is in our digestion. I have cared for seniors for over 40 years, and I have seen again and again how the right vegetables can completely shift how a person feels each day. Not just in the gut, but in the joints, the mind, and even in the heart. The best vegetables for seniors are not chosen by trend or taste alone. They are chosen for how gently and wisely they support an aging body. One of the vegetables I always recommend is cooked carrots. Soft, simple, and comforting. Carrots are rich in beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A. This is especially important for seniors, as vision tends to decline with age. A study published in the Archives of Ophthalmology in 2005 found that higher levels of dietary carotenoids were linked with a reduced risk of age-related macular degeneration. But more than just eye health, cooked carrots are easy to digest. Their soluble fiber soothes the stomach lining, helps regulate bowel movements, and does not provoke gas or bloating. Raw carrots can be harder for some older bodies to break down, so steaming or lightly sautéing them helps make their nutrients more available without stressing the gut. Another vegetable that deserves deep respect is spinach. When lightly cooked, spinach becomes a powerhouse of nutrition. It is rich in folate, iron, calcium, and magnesium. For seniors, these nutrients are essential. Folate supports cognitive function. Magnesium aids in calming the nervous system, and calcium helps maintain bone strength. A 2018 study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience showed that older adults with higher intakes of leafy greens, like spinach, had slower cognitive decline. But again, the key here is preparation. Raw spinach contains oxalates, which can interfere with mineral absorption and may contribute to kidney stone formation in sensitive individuals. Cooking spinach reduces these oxalates, making it a safer and more supportive option for the aging body. Green beans are another gentle friend to the senior digestive system. Unlike some of their tougher cousins in the vegetable world, green beans are low in insoluble fiber and do not typically cause gas or bloating. They are easy to chew, soft when steamed, and full of antioxidants like flavonols and vitamin C. These compounds help reduce inflammation, which is vital as the aging body becomes more prone to chronic inflammatory conditions. A study in Nutrients in 2017 highlighted the anti-inflammatory properties of green vegetables and their role in maintaining cardiovascular health. Seniors who included green beans regularly in their meals often reported feeling less sluggish and more steady in their digestion. Sweet potatoes also stand as a deeply nourishing vegetable that brings strength without strain. They are high in fiber, especially when cooked with the skin, yet they are gentle enough not to irritate sensitive guts. What makes sweet potatoes particularly valuable is their complex carbohydrate profile. They release energy slowly, helping to maintain the stable blood sugar levels. This is crucial for older adults who may be managing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. A 2016 clinical review in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that sweet potatoes contain compounds that can enhance insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammation. They also contain anthocyanins, particularly in the purple variety, which are known to support memory and protect brain cells. I've seen seniors who simply replaced white rice or bread with baked sweet potatoes and experienced clearer thinking and more sustained energy. Another vegetable that is often overlooked but remarkably healing for seniors is pumpkin. Soft, soothing, and full of fiber, pumpkin supports healthy digestion without overstimulating the gut. It is rich in potassium, which helps maintain healthy blood pressure, and it provides a subtle sweetness that satisfies the palate. For seniors who may have lost some enjoyment in eating due to medication or oral health changes, the natural flavor of pumpkin brings back a sense of pleasure without needing heavy seasoning. According to a study in the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition, regular consumption of pumpkin supports better urinary health and may reduce the risk of bladder dysfunction, which is a common concern in older adults. Whether pureed in soups or lightly roasted, pumpkin brings both comfort and benefit to every meal. But beyond individual vegetables, there is a larger truth I wish to share. The body after 60 does not just need food. It needs food that respects its pace. It needs food that listens rather than demands. Too often, we are told to eat the latest superfood, no matter how it feels in our body. But wisdom in aging means asking not only what is healthy, but what is digestible, what gives without taking, what nourishes without irritating. I have sat across from countless older men and women who thought something was wrong with them simply because they could no longer digest the way they used to. And my message to them, and to you now, is this: nothing is wrong. Your body is wiser now. It asks for less noise and more clarity, less strain and more ease. If you can build your meals around vegetables like cooked carrots, spinach, green beans, sweet potatoes, and pumpkin, you give your body that ease. You create space in your gut for better absorption. You reduce inflammation quietly, day by day. You sleep more soundly, you think more clearly, and you move through the world with a little more comfort. These are not small gifts. These are the foundations of a longer and more joyful life. Of course, variety matters. Of course, balance is important. But if you begin here with these few trusted vegetables, you give your body a chance to rest and repair. You shift from simply eating to truly nourishing. And as you do, you may find a surprising return of energy, a lightness in the belly, a new peace in the mind. That is the power of choosing wisely. That is what healing from within really feels like. So when you stand at the kitchen counter tomorrow, or when you make your next grocery list, do not ask yourself what is trending or what others are eating. Ask instead, what helps me feel good? What digests with ease? What brings strength without struggle? And if you listen closely, your body will answer. Because the truth is, after 60, health is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters most. And sometimes the smallest shift in what you put on your plate can bring the biggest change in how you feel every day you wake up.